Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man, giving you the truth. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So listen, I've been watching a lot of videos. Y'all already know because I told y'all I do that. I be in people's lives. And I don't say nothing. Usually I don't. Can't lie, like sometimes I do. But as I'm in other people's videos, I'm noticing a very important point that's being missed. So right now, what people are doing is they going back and forth, taking shots at each other, because obviously they're watching each other's videos without saying each other's names. We all do it. So it's one thing that I'm noticing that people is taking shots at each other over that I want to talk about in this video, and that's what is the best, most important thing in dealing with women in 2023. And to me, it seems like people is missing it. Like a lot of you, some of you have never been married. Some of you, because being married can put you at a disadvantage in this conversation, or it can put you at an advantage. If you got a unicorn, don't try to act like you know too much, because you eventually gonna get shredded up in the shredder like grated cheese. Now, I'm noticing a couple of y'all, you relying on your status. Listen, there's people like me out there that don't care about your status, man. I don't. Like, I'm happy for you, but you're not going to be able to tell me nothing extra because you got a few extra dollars more than I got. You know, right is right, wrong is wrong, true is true, and false is false. And one thing that y'all got to watch out for is when these pander bears, which I came up with that word, just understand that. Everybody using it, so I know y'all watching my videos, man. And these guys that have unicorn wives can be dangerous. People like Derek Jackson. People like, as much as I like them in terms of relationship talk, some of the things, like when, listen, Anton Daniels went on this tangent. They couldn't mess with him. They was just listening. When he was talking about how you should let your kids stay under your covering until they get married, dead on. The Bible basically teaches that. The Bible teaches that. A lot of his stuff is dead on. He's one of my favorite. But when he talk about marriage, though, it's hard to listen to him because he has a unicorn wife. And unicorns are unicorns because they want to be. Not because you putting it down or you doing this or you doing that. If a woman wants to stop being a unicorn, at any moment she could get a train ran on her. They keep theyself, man. But trust me on this if you ain't trust me on nothing else. They keep theyself. When they want to hold grudges, when they want to disrespect you, when they want to switch up on you, they will. There's a lot of women out there that used to be good. I'm telling you, they'll blame you, but you can't blame the man. You just don't, because think about all the women that's good to bad guys. You just don't want to be good no more. That's a very important factor that people looking out for. It don't matter if I'm not on the dating sites or I'm not in the field. Women are women, and we all come in contact with them every day. So you don't get no advantage because you out there in the club. Those the worst women in a lot of cases, except for a couple of the ones that's still friends with thoughts. But those be sometimes the worst ones, bad examples of what we talking about. Good examples in a sense, I'm telling you what to look out for. Bad examples in the sense of getting a illustration that's full. So I want to talk about on this video The number one thing of importance that people are leaving out. Most people that talk about this red pill content, they'll tell you get in the gym, get jacked, get money, better yourself, and all that's true. It is. But you could do all of that and miss this one thing I'm going to talk about. Y'all ready for it? Some of y'all might already know how to handle these women. See, they all different, but you got to be able to adapt to each one and learn how to dominate and handle her. You can't keep her, but you can handle her. And if she refuses to be handled, she's trying to be a man, and you should dump her. But when you deal with these women, you got to know how, like, if you are an alpha, then a lot of time what alphas experience is a bunch of people trying to make them think they not an alpha. They'll say stuff to you like, man, you too emotional. It's not that. It's just alphas gonna spend a lot of time putting people in their place. And non-alphas don't understand this. Because you gonna have the betas trying to challenge you all the time. You gonna have the sigmas trying to act like they smarter than you all the time. That's how it be. But you gotta know how to handle these women. And for you to do that, you gotta have your own confidence that can't be shaken by these dudes who act rainbow, like they can say, like they holding Mr. America contest, judging guys' beauty. It ain't even about that. You could be, trust me, man, I've seen dudes that I hear women say how they look good all the time. What they say about Brad Pitt? Didn't Brad Pitt get divorced? Angelina Jolie was disrespecting that man left and right. So looks don't matter, man. Looks don't matter. How many women you hear calling Will Smith ugly? Look how Jada be doing. What about Tom Brady? Giselle ran into another man's arms with less status, for you status guys, in 2 weeks. And y'all try to act like, trust me, man, you could get some of these celebrities, man. I could get them. The main thing with them is they so stuck on image that they miss out on what they really need in terms of relationships. Whether it's Maya, whether it's any of them. Like, and some of them got good qualities, a couple good qualities, but next thing you know, you see them taking thirst trap pictures. Man, you got to be able to tell them, hey, listen, I don't want you doing that no more. That's what I mean by handling these women. You got to know how to handle these women, man. You have to. Because a good girl go bad if the right dude get in her ear. So y'all dudes that just think you gonna just be nice and bring roses to the job and all of that, and that's all it take. Most women gonna disrespect you if you too nice to them. They are. Like, they'll try to tell you they not. The more dominant women, the women try to dominate, they'll try to get you to do that. Because women can be like apexes too. Like, well, I like a guy that just give me that good morning text. No, you don't. I like a guy that will bring roses to the job. No, you don't. They might like that sometimes. But if you always cater to these women and you won't tell them when they wrong, you won't tell them, you know, I need you to clean this house up more. If you tell them to clean the house up, and the house is a mess, and they are there all day, and they get mad at you, it turns to an argument, that's because they don't want to be handled by you. This is what I mean. And if they don't want to be handled by you, you got to let them go. They're a waste of your time. So, you got to know how to handle these women. You got to have an attitude in your mind that ain't nothing special about them. But if they treat you good, you going to treat them good. But that first part is important. Don't act like they too special. Because you're going to find out that they not. A lot of guys is finding this out. That's why a lot of guys are refusing to date. But I don't know if you necessarily got to refuse to date. I think you just got to learn mainly how to handle these women. Like when to ignore them, when to argue with them, when not to argue with them, when to hold back gifts, control your D. If she start playing them games, them sexual games, you have to know, like, look, and especially if you agree to monogamy, you can't let her play no sexual game. You tell her, anytime I want it, I should be able to get it. You want me to be faithful to you, right? Okay then. So what? You want me to go without sex? What I do to you? You have to know how to handle them. Like when I see like the more attractive YouTubers, like the Tish Tales and what's the girl that Abba and Priest just did a video on that kind of seemed like she copying off Tish Tales with her background music, how she try to wear her hair. Somebody copying off somebody. Them type. Some of y'all like the Melly Monaco. You gotta know how to handle these chicks. Like if I was with her, I'd be like, why you keep making videos with your chest out and you trying to tell, like everything about her. Like she's not a bad looking woman. To me, she's not number one on YouTube. She's pretty decent. But ain't no way I'll be putting up with her or that Danica Marie stuff. I just wouldn't. And all that arguing these women be doing, I'd be like, get off of it. Stop arguing with them, dude. If she keep doing it, I'll take her phone. And if you call the police on me, because I know a guy down in Texas, he did that and his wife called the police, he ended up going to jail. You're done. You're done. You're done. You don't let these women get physical with you. And if you have to take their phone and it turn into a thing where her brother over there, first of all, I'm going to eat your brother alive for getting in my business. If I don't start something, if me and you having it out because you done started some stuff and any of your family members come, they all mine. That's how I look at it. For one, what court is going to go against you if somebody gets into a dispute you having with your girlfriend or your wife? They all mine. Don't come over here getting in my business and I ain't start this stuff. You're going to get towed off. So, how the stuff women get away with on YouTube, I'd be like, man, either they gotta be single or their husband is a punk, a cuck, a simp. I would mess up her whole video. If I tell her to stop showing her body and I look up and she trying to do it again, I'm gonna come right in her video and put something over. I'm gonna mess your video up. You gotta know how to handle these women. On there talking how to make your D bigger. Why do guys focus on that so much? See, they got you by the balls. When you worried about what they think, You just do what you do. Do your best. Learn moves if you ain't got them. Work with what you got. Stop trying to listen, man. That's not how you handle them. All that small D energy stuff. If that was true, why can't Superhead keeps nobody? I mean, she's a good-looking woman. She lying about trying to was she ever even pregnant? I never even followed up on the story. Telling dudes, oh, this is my baby. I'm pregnant by this guy, and she wasn't. Now she want to leave the country. If all that small D energy stuff, if you're right, why are you running? There are porn stars that literally have more than likely than her. That they ask them the same question. The guys and the women. There was a couple of them that said it mattered. There was way more that said it didn't. You guys some of y'all guys won't even approach a woman because you think she gonna say your wing ding is little. Stop worrying about that. Learn moves. What are you gonna do to maximize the moment? That's what you should be worried about, not whether or not she think you big. Cause like I told y'all, I worked in corrections. I heard and knew about some of the most wildest stuff. And there was one particular guy that they all was raving on. His wife still left him. Left him alone. Stuff don't matter, man. That stuff matters more so to damage women. Because a woman could, look, I'm going to show you something. A woman could have had some big ones. If her mind is not all the way gone, and you come along with moves, and you might not have what them other guys have, but you know how to get her off. You think she gonna remember they size? The only time she might bring it up is if she think that you inferior to them somehow, and you insecure, and she mad at you. But if you done made her get big O's, be like, yeah, but you got off though. You got off though. So that stuff, women use how much money you got, sexual stuff, to manipulate you. And you should be able to spot that, and you should not be in love with any woman that tries to manipulate you. You should be dumping them or controlling them, handling them. The number one thing, guys do not know how to handle women. You could be a rich dude, still don't know how to handle your women, and you end up giving up all your money. All your money. Sometimes handling them is knowing which ones to deal with and which ones not to. Y'all want guys to say, man, he be having some baddies. Yeah, them baddies might drug you. Them baddies might hit you with this and with that. Look how Kevin Garnett baddie did him after he retired. She could have left him when he was doing whatever he was doing. This is what I tell y'all all the time. You don't keep them, they keep themselves. How many players in the NFL after they retire got more time on their hand? And some of them might not be doing right, but I guarantee you it's not that all of them ain't doing right. And they end up divorced. If you a dominant guy and she's bucking up against you, listen, man, don't give in. After a while, you're just gonna be like, you know what? She don't want to cooperate. Every time I tell her to do something, she's arguing. That's because that's not the one for you. Her heart has moved on. Because when you have a woman's heart, they're gonna cooperate with you. And knowing how to handle them is also knowing when to be a gentleman, when to be there, when to be sympathetic, all that stuff is handling. But it all goes out the window when you with someone that don't respect you, won't cooperate. You got to dump them, man. I don't care if you got kids. You can't make it work with them. You gonna mess up everything. You gonna mess up your money. You gonna mess up your opportunities trying to be in a discordant relationship, man. Your money gonna get funny. Look what happened to Will Smith. Even though he already rich, how much money did he lose in the process of that slap? I'm telling you, man, I know what I'm talking about. See, guys get on here and they get arrogant and conceited and cocky, and they think that somehow they subs and they super chats mean they know more. You know what that means? It don't mean you know more, because there's a lot of dudes with nowhere near the subs or the super chats that know more than you. That just means that either you like an agent of some type, a Freemason of some type, you got friends in YouTube, or they just like you. The video reviewers might just like you. People could choose who they don't like. That don't mean you the expert. We all add something. We all add. These dudes spend half their time trying to disqualify. It's a dude on there. He's so freaking young, trying to say who should be talking in this space and who shouldn't. Then I done heard dudes say, "Oh, you too old." Man, so they should listen to your young butt, young whippersnapper? Stop it, dude. Have you ever even been married? Or have you, okay, if you have, how long did that last? 2 years? Stop it, dude. Just stop it. Really, to be honest with you, whoever has the most expertise, and when you try to put this stuff to practice and it works, that's the person you listen to. Not the person with the nice cars or the nice house or the high subs. What works, what don't work. Don't be giving in to these. Guys can be manipulative too. Let me show you how guys manipulate on YouTube. They throw shots. They throw shots at everybody else. Man, you got people, these dudes lame. They shouldn't even be talking. Oh, and you should? Have you ever been married, sir? Have you ever even been in a long-term relationship, sir? And I don't want to hear nothing from dudes that beat on women. If you was a pimp, I'll let it slide a little. But if you wasn't no pimp, no actual pimp, I don't want to hear nothing from you beating up on girls. You hitting them first again. That ain't how you handle them. You never use physical violence. That's not what I'm talking about. You dump them. If you feel like you got to take off on these women, just look, you got to have more self-worth than that. Leave them alone. And if they try to take off on you, leave them alone. You know you losing if you getting sprung on any of these women. I don't care how good they stuff is, Putin, this ain't for kids, or whatever, suction cup, snapper. You still don't get sprung on none of these women. None of them. They got to answer to your way. What do you allow? What do you disallow? That's who they become, or they get out of your hair and your life. You got to know how to handle these women. That's the most important thing. Not going to the gym, not status. Because you got a status, and she could be one of the setup queen. She going to play nice until she gets you. Until she gets you. You got to know how to handle them before sex. You got to know how to handle them after sex. You got to know how to handle them in every aspect. And stop listening to these dudes that want you to listen to them and they couple little buddies. And just take in all the info and see what works. Because there's a couple of dudes on there that clicky. This person shouldn't be talking. Man, go sit down somewhere, man. Every woman you had was a hoe. For real. And I don't like to use, I know they try to say, some of these dudes be trying to talk like they qualify. Every woman you had was a thought. Ain't all my long-term relationship, I don't know what they doing now. But they wasn't none of them no thoughts. Now, I don't know what they do or what they doing. But when I was with them, they wasn't no thoughts. Some of them was trying to do little undermining stuff because of what I was doing. But some of these guys that get on here, only women you dealt with was women who dealt with everybody. And you trying to talk about who could talk. Man, you acting real fruity. Some of these dudes just fruity, man. Dude, okay, so you're looking at how a guy's face look and then you're trying to disqualify him. That's for women to do, not you. I know we live in the United States and all of y'all ain't spiritual people. But listen, man. Dudes get on here and they be acting just as fruity as they want to be. Trying to disqualify certain dudes. And qualify the dudes who you like they lining. You like the shirts they wear. Man, you bet something ain't right with you. You can't stop an alpha from being an alpha because you think he ain't cute. Men, y'all dudes be tripping sometimes. And like I tell you guys, don't get off into that with these women or these guys. Work with what you have right now. Better it the way you want to better it. And learn how to handle these women. The Most High made you a man because did he say you was equal? All these other people talking about you equal. Let me ask you something. Did God say you was equal? No, he didn't. Y'all making these other people gods. We all see how the world is. That ain't none of these people on YouTube God. Ain't none of these people in politics, God. We see that. The world is in shambles. You got people purposely trying to destroy economies, purposely trying to depopulate. Don't tell me nothing about these people or their status. I don't care. Because ain't none of them making things better. This stuff ain't about status, man. You got to get that. Man, you won't even speak up when situations happen. I'm not trying to hear nothing you got to say if you trying to make this about status. Status dudes divorce every day. Brad Pitt, Will Smith. Didn't Eddie Murphy get a Eddie Murphy? All these dudes get divorced. These are status dudes. Status dudes can't find the right woman. Kevin Durant's single. Prince was single practically his whole life. I ain't trying to hear that status stuff, man. That don't guarantee you nothing but a quick piece. Now, status dudes, they can get more easier in terms of sex. But in terms of unicorns, they on the same level as everybody else. Because your unicorn is going to be a unicorn for who they want to be a unicorn for. And it ain't got nothing to do with status. You got status dudes that got unicorn. You got non-status dudes that got unicorn. It's dudes that are janitors that wife treat them like a king in this world. Y'all dudes be grifting sometimes, man. Trying to make everything about status. Okay, let's do it like this. Before your status, how well were you doing? That's more. Come on, man. I'm about to end this video. You have to learn or know how to handle these women individually. Whether you at work, there's women at work, you don't need to say nothing to them at all. Don't talk to them. They too quick-tempered. It's women at work, the more you talk to them, the further you get on the job. You have to learn every aspect of life. You have to learn how to handle these women. And the ones that don't want to be handled by you, just get away from around them. Quit jobs, quit marriages, quit this, quit that. Because you don't want that discord in your life, man. Harmony brings blessing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. This is The Truth, Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel.